Team silver at the European Championships the last time out. He himself, going back to London 2012, Olympic gold medalist there for the team. He was on that squad. He's been on the squads through European golds, World Championships as well. And for Fame, well, it was team bronze as well in Paris. Gareth, obviously a teammate of yours. So
and I've trained with Carl for 25 years now as well. So yeah, I mean, it'll be okay. We'll try and watch this sort of, but if you ever want to see a masterclass of how to ride a test, you watch Carl. You know, you watch him use every corner, every line. He's so technical that he pulls marks out of horses that you know, that you didn't think were in there.
Carl and Fame, obviously the British team yesterday, for those that are following. Becky Moody had a tricky start to her test. She pulled a decent score up there of 73.82. British team are going to need a score like he's starting with, around the 77, and even more. What could he pull out the bag? What does he pull out the bag? Well,
I think Carl, I mean, the main thing here is the championships, is you come out and you can sort of, you can stay around what you've been averaging, you know, your PB, and you know, Carl's going to be aiming and looking for that sort of 77. You know, he's done it time and time again. There is no one more experienced. You can see this very, very clean start, good first extension into the half passes, and you can see like things like this is where Carl's so good at his halts, you know, very clear rein back. The transitions are good. He doesn't throw the marks away. And so yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to watch a little bit as well here. So into the extension, but you know, if anyone can do it, Carl can. I mean, he's done more championships than most people have had hot dinners. You know, incredibly experienced. So again, lovely transition into this passage, and this, you know, I think the only thing that Carl ever has to do with this horse, he's just got the horse hasn't got the easiest neck to ride, so he'll always be looking to try and open that throat, but he'll keep the horse here sort of as active as possible coming through this. But he'll be looking at Piaf. Now he's going to be looking at that transition, which is really important that we don't override, so we get that. So he's probably being a little careful. You know, Fame's very experienced now, but Fame can be quite hot and spooky when he comes into an arena. And you know, sometimes when Carl comes in, like I was saying before, sometimes not quite sure the horse he's going to get. And horses are amazing. They can do these arenas time and time again, then all of a sudden they decide they don't like the flowers at S. You know, and so he'll be careful. And then look to be able to ride as positive as we can. So very, very good relaxed walk. That always gives you confidence up to this part of the test. If you can get into that relaxed walk, and now he's going to ride a good collected walk. And that's a long way when you're sitting on these horses in that collected walk. He's going to get deep into a corner. Good transition. And you can see Fame has lots of expression through that front leg, and Carl's just got to keep making sure he can keep this hind leg stepping forward enough. Stay forward, and you can see there that when Carl feels it lacks a bit of energy, he just travels a little bit, and then as the horse starts to travel, he'll be able to bring it more on the spot, and that's experience.
Yes.
Taking that carefully to try and make sure you get a smooth transition. And now this is probably about the only part in the test where you have a degree of time to relax. We do get a mark for this canter all the way around, but on this short side here, you'll be sitting up, taking a breath, making sure the horse is focused. So then we get into this first line of the changes. Very good. And you can see a nice pat at the end of that, so that gives the horse a lot of confidence and allows Carl then to start to grow. So technically we've been very good here. You can see there him just looking at that corner a little bit, but Carl got him back for a very, very good extension. Nice and bold, lovely expression. He'll get a nice transition back and then an easy change. Sorry, I'm just counting away as we go through. So
for it.
Good half pass, equal either side of the center line. Maybe a little bit more bending to the right if we were going to be really picky. But again, lovely controlled test, very clear. And now Carl into his 110 piece. They're big and forward and expressive. It's very good. And then Carl's very good at these pirouettes. So again, he's going to come onto the line. He's going to clock C, ride straight, then he's going to look for his marker at L, and then he'll collect, and you can see him really prepare here, and then he'll start his turn, and he'll get to here, and they'll start looking for the center line. Again, you can see it's very clear sort of beginning, middle, and end to the pirouette, and these should be pulling out some really nice marks. And again here, he's prepared in, keeping a clear canter rhythm and keeping it consistent through. So pirouette left 8-5, good change on the center line. I'd say that the second pirouette was, and that transition as well, we get a transition to trot there at M, and again, after doing these high collections for the pirouettes, it's not the easiest transition to get, because the horse is expecting to really sit, so to get it to drop into that trot, but that's why they put it there. So you can see these marks really climbing up now at the end. So it was sort of a quiet start to the test where Carl was staying correct and sort of being able to ride within what he had. And you can see as Fame's got going here, he's being able to really start to push forward and really climbing up the marks now and pulling out the marks on those on things like those pirouettes. And then here, probably his best piaffe to finish. And you can see there that the horse is a little bit more committed to the piaffe. And then Carl will just be holding this one rhythm all the way down, which is a long way again from X to G. And again, another masterclass by Carl Hester.
There we go. Well done to Carl Hester, showing them how to do it, and gives the horse a lovely little gentle pat at the end. And for Carl, again, as I mentioned, with the British team, we'll wait and see what that score is. We've got Germany still to come later on with Isabelle Bert. The British team are going to be sending out the world champion in Lottie Fry.